the president and CEO of the LA Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for joining us, Ms. Salinas. One of the things
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, one of the things that we've been talking about for the last 24 hours or so is that, we were just reopening, we were just getting there. And now businesses are having to close, some of them are being looted, some of them are being damaged, and the reopening has been pushed back for a lot of folks.
It's so unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. At the LA Area Chamber of Commerce, we've been working with businesses, many small businesses, mom and pop businesses, many of the ones that you're seeing on the scenes here in the screen, to help them not only keep their...
You'll see at the corner of 5th and Broadway, the fire was started right in the center of the street. It looks like more items have been tossed in there, but some of the protesters came up with fire extinguishers and put out the bulk of that fire. But look, it's more people coming in and dumping, trying to get the fire going again. So some of the protesters helping out here, and some of these other people just adding to the problem with the fires that they're starting in the streets here in Santa Monica.
That was the horse. That was the coolest thing of the entire protest, is somebody taking a horse.
Devon and Jackie, good afternoon to you. We are at 87 and made it criminal by looting, damaging, destroying, by breaking windows and burning property.
Certainly not by setting businesses on fire and smashing windows. Not by setting people's cars on fire. Not by swinging hammers and shovels and throwing urine at the police.
20 police officers had to be hospitalized with broken bones and bruises. 2 required surgery, and many others, she says, refused treatment for their injuries sustained. 240 people were arrested, 6 people were shot, and 1 man in his 20s was killed. None of those people shot were shot by police.
I want to take this moment to...
Last night, now at the request of CPD Superintendent David Brown, the mayor called the governor after midnight and requested that the National Guard be called in to help CPD.
This is a nation of laws, and lawlessness has no place in Chicago or anywhere else.
The mayor and the police superintendent denied a shortage of police power Friday night, but moving forward, all police vacation time and furloughs are now canceled as the city moves toward another night of unrest. The question is, to what degree?
This is a city that we must protect so we can provide for us.
Okay.
Oops, excuse me, did I just let out a fart? I can't really find any of the live feeds. Main Street, or this area is Santa Monica. I don't know if
I'm
it's...
sorry about that. I'm having some issues with my IFB, but you were looking at 5th Street and Broadway. That group has moved into the intersection as the police force has pushed them into that intersection. The fire has mostly is out at this point, but the 3 sections of the street here have the skirmish line set up by the police department. You see protesters there in the street, but right now that fire is...
Look at this dude here.
The trash pile continues to grow, but they've deployed more units here to this area and trying to push the people up towards the east, up along Broadway here. That's 5th and Broadway again, and some of the crowd did disperse and ran up Broadway, but a lot of them stayed here in the intersection. And at some point, you see, well, actually, you're seeing it now, the field force pushing through the fire zone area. They're actually walking right through it and putting the fire out, whatever's left of it, as it smolders there. But they're trying to push the crowd back towards the east, up Broadway. And it's just as I was watching this group, I was taking a look out the window at that pharmacy that was being looted just a short time ago, and I did notice several police officers making an attempt to arrest some of the people there just a couple of blocks from here, a couple of blocks east. So as those ground units are trying to make arrests at the pharmacy, the task force here for the police department trying to push the group through 5th Street toward 6th. It is right there on the corner. It's come to a group that's refusing to move, and the officers surrounding that particular couple of people. They're right at the corner there at 5th and Broadway, trying to move them back. It looks like that person is not complying and will possibly be arrested because of that. We're just trying to get the people to continue to move out east, away from the promenade area right now, and continue eastbound at Broadway. That's right, Colleen. This is 5th and Broadway. They're making a push. That is the police department making a push up eastbound on Broadway from 5th Street. They were able to clear the intersection where there was a bonfire set right there in the center. They have that fire completely out now, but you see the huge mobile force here that's moving. You got a couple of other people on the corner over here that are, well, I'm not sure if they're being detained or if they're just standing there. It looks like they're just standing there right for now. But the bulk of the group here, as I come out to a wider shot, you'll see the line of officers there right at the intersection. More officers coming in behind them, and they continue to make that slow push from 4th Street, where that dance store was being looted earlier, here on Broadway up to 5th so far. It's a slow process. There is at times some pushing and shoving in the lines there. You see the protesters right there in the face of the police right in their face, and they're just trying to get that crowd to continue to move eastbound on Broadway. Yeah, that's correct, Jonathan. That's where that Vans shoe store and several other businesses in this area, including the Santa Monica Place Mall, that was being hit several times in the